Told you I'd see you in the next video. Music is always something that I can go back to no matter what the scenario may be. Had a rough day? Plop some headphones, put on some Cat Stevens. Tired? Put on some cozy feeling tunes. First one that comes to mind right now is Possession Island by Gorillaz. Are you depressed? Put one of those songs you listen to while crying in the shower all alone. Point is, music is a very integral part to a human being's life. I'd love to go over some of my personal favorite songs, but the copyright ninjas are right at my door right now from the last video. I shouldn't have put Deja Vu. So I'll settle for some video game songs instead, which can be just as good, if not better, than your average radio song. But first, I have a green screen. I might as well have a background for when I talk, no? I mean, you've been staring at the black void for all I know. Let's see. No, not that. No, not that either. Ew. Why is this on my computer? That's better. Now that that's sorted, let's actually start the video. Professor Layton is a puzzle game series that was originally on the Nintendo DS. I've dabbled in the games every now and then, even though I've never actually beaten any of them. Specifically Professor Layton and the Last Spectre. I've played through a lot of that one. One of the standout songs from that game would be Town of Water, or Miss Hallery Day. For the sake of clarity, I'm just going to call it Town of Water. Town of Water is the song that will play in the main hub world for Professor Layton and the Last Spectre. The vibe of Professor Layton games have always been on the more relaxed side of things, and this song takes that up to the max. With the surprisingly realistic sounding piano and the accordion playing that really just makes you feel like you're inside a little village. I'd fall asleep to this one in no time. The Xenoblade Chronicles series has some amazing soundtracks as well. All three of the games would rank in the top 10 in terms of OSTs. It's really amazing. Mainly because of the fusion of rock and roll and orchestral instruments. It just sounds so good. Take New Battle from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC, for example. The bombastic instrumentation fits well with fighting a bunch of monsters. And the combination of the electric guitar and drums with the violin is just, it's just so good. It's just so good. Ooh. If you want something more serene, however, there is A Life Sent On, also from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. But it's the base game. The duet of flutes that are heard throughout the song make it feel really calming and serene. And almost as if grieving a lost comrade, the flutes are played in a very sorrowful melody. Then some stringed instruments and a piano enter in, ending all in one beautiful moment. Let's not get too sentimental though, we did just start the video. I love Ace Attorney. It's so good, it's so good. The characters are always spot on, barring a few exceptions. The logic is flawless, barring one game. And the music makes it all the more better. The third game in the series, and my personal favorite, Trials and Tribulations, was supposed to be the final game in the series. It's not because greedy companies said no, but It was supposed to. So the music really makes you feel as if this is the end, you know? You've come through a journey, you're almost at the end, this is it. And it's immediately noticeable the minute you step into it. The violin and the piano make it feel really tense, you know? I'd feel tensed up if I was in a courtroom, wouldn't you? And the bass in the background makes sure that this isn't just some ambience piece, it's a full-on song. If I ever have to go to court, I want this song playing, or I'm not going. However, Ace Attorney's main appeal in terms of music is the objection and pursuit themes. When you catch the bad guy lying or on the verge of a breakthrough, these songs are there to make the energy go all the way up. The first game knocked it out of the park with its music, just like right out of the gate. It's very apparent just by the objection theme that Phoenix Wright has. Objection! Your Honor, if my client was lying, his pants would be on fire. Despite me not liking Apollo Justice Ace Attorney as a game, the one thing that game really does nail is the music. It goes for a more techno-feeling energy, and it really does work, as seen in the Pursuit theme. Dual Destinies goes for a more orchestral theme, which I think works just as well. Super Mario Galaxy is the game that everyone points to when it comes to awesome music, and they are absolutely not wrong. I grew up with the Wii myself, so I should know. My personal favorite from Mario Galaxy, however, would have to be Buoy-based Galaxy. The suspense is immediately made known with the opening, and then the chorus comes up with an intimidating march band almost feel to it. There's a little prelude that feels a little more mysterious, and then it just comes swinging in at full force. Gives me goosebumps every time. You know what other games have a great soundtrack? The Mega Man Zero series. The first game, not so much. I find that game's soundtrack to be kind of forgettable. But the second, third, and fourth games all have great soundtracks. Zero 2 has Power Bomb, a song that fits quite well with storming a big ol' bass. Zero 3 has Old Life Space, a very grungy rock song. And it also has Cannonball, possibly the most recognizable Zero song. Zero 4 Esperanto, a much more hopeful feeling song. and it has a very somber credits theme, very fitting of the ending of the game. Alright, we've been going at this for a while. I'm gonna rapid fire through some of these. Team Plasma's battle theme from Pokemon Black and White is one of the best battle themes from any evil theme in the Pokemon series. Dance of Deduction Type B from the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles fits really well with the detective solving shenanigans you'll be going through in that game. A battle in the beginning from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance really sets the mood for being on the battlefield and all that, while also sounding hopeful at the same time. In the final for Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is one of the most recognizable Mario songs ever. And Battle 64-2 from Super Bomberman R Online is very energetic, fitting for a game where you're supposed to blow each other up. For our final pit stop, we'll be looking at Mother 3, released on the Game Boy Advance on April 20th of 2006. It is my personal favorite game of all time. It is about as close as you can get to perfection. And I'd love to make a full video on this game, but I'm not focusing on that right now. I want to refine my skills. So we're just going to focus on the music this time around. The Game Boy Advance, while it did have great games, its sound chip was not the best in quality. It was very fuzzy half the time, and it made songs that would sound good sound a little in comparison.
But Kingo, if the GBA sound chip was that bad, then that means Mother 3 must have a best.
The sound font for this game makes it all sound so much better. It can switch between being a very serious battle theme, like serious, and a more peaceful melody like New Pork Bosa. I'd love to go into more depth about the entire game as a whole. But doing so would require that I spoil the game for you. And that's happening in its own video, far, far away from now. That's all I got for you today, my dear viewers. If you want more video game OST recommendations, or if you have some things to recommend to me, myself, go comment them down in the comments down below. I have plans for videos coming up, you know, like I said, there was going to be Mega Man Zero, there's also going to be Deltarune Chapter 2 finally. I'm not going to put a specific date on when those come out, but just know that they're going to come eventually. I also want to do other things like live stream more. Despite me being very awkward for my first stream, I did enjoy myself, so I'm gonna get better at being less awkward on stream and do more stuff. Like Mario Kart Wii Deluxe, because that's how I can play online and that's pretty neat. And also doing Fire Emblem Iron Mans, because I am a pretty big Fire Emblem fan. Or at least for the older games. We don't talk about Engage. I have a Discord server if you want to join, whether it's for memes, or talking about video games, or just talking about anything in general. I am usually online. I can talk to your heart's content. I also have... This sound effect is just for comedic effect. It does not affect how I view X as an app. If you want to follow me on that, you can. But with that said, I will see you on the next video.